Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to give you an idea about portrait lenses. Now, a lot of you might wonder, why are certain lenses considered to be good for portraits? Can you not use any lens? And yes, you kind of can use any lens. I sometimes use my 20mm lens because it works fine, it's got no distortion. But whenever you get close to your subject, like this, then what happens is their face starts to look really distorted. So if I'm taking a photo of my gorgeous model assistant Christina here, if I take it from around about here and try and get her in focus, there, she looks fine. But if I go really close up with the 20mm lens, you get distortion. It doesn't look that good. I'll show you when I go do this. So what we want is more of a kind of a bit more telephoto, not just a 20mm lens. However, this is on a D300, which actually makes it round about a 30mm lens. One thing which you could use is a 50mm lens. Now, 50mm again is still quite wide when you're using it on a Nikon D700, but if you're doing it on a D300 or a crop frame sensor camera, then it's usually, I would say, it's okay. It's very good for headshots. The 50mm also has very little distortion, and it's good for taking photos of children like this. So, from far away, we're now getting much closer, and we can get really close with the 50mm. About there. And you also get a really lovely shallow depth of field. So this is a 50mm f1.4, which really means you've got like tiny bits of depth of field, but it also means you can use available light, natural light, so you don't have to bring flash in whenever you're shooting young children, where flash might not make them very happy. So the first classic lens really is the 85mm f1.4. This is the one that is really considered to be the portrait lens. This is an f1.4, which again means a very shallow depth of field. However, the closest I can get is actually only about 1 metre away. So being here is just going to give me hello, 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 say hello, a blurry photo. So I actually need to be about back here. Say hello. There, superb. Okay, so that gives you a lovely shallow depth of field. You can't see anything in the background. It's all nice, lovely, milky and blurry. Now, going up from the 85mm lens, then you've got the 105mm lens. What you can get with these is a macro lens. Now, with a macro, the great thing is you can get super close to your subject. So again, with babies, this is great. You can get really close up and look at stuff like just their eyelashes on their face. Again, even at f2.8, the depth of field is tiny. So here we can go, hello. Hello, hello, there you are. In fact, we can even get even closer than that. Christina, Christina, there you are, there you are, there you are, there you are, wow. Oh, again, yes, there you are. Ah, no, again, there. Okay, so, but the one thing about the 105mm lens is quite a slow one to focus. Yeah. As you'll see. No. See, it's quite slow to actually find focus. And the f2.8 is obviously not as bright as the 85 or the 50mm lens. So next thing up really is the big boy of lenses. This is the 70 to 200mm lens from Nikon, and it's a VR lens. However, whenever you're at whatever focal length you're at, you really need to have a shutter speed which is as fast as the length of the focal length. So if you're at 200mm, you need to really have a 200th of a second exposure. If you're at 70, you really need to have kind of a 90th of a second. However, again, with the 70 to 200, the closest focusing distance is 1.5 meters away. So I have to be away back here. So that's good for some candid shots. But if you're doing close-up baby shots, this is just too big. It also looks scary as hell to the child, doesn't it? Christina, Christina, look at this. Christina, look. Ah! Very scary to children. However, if you have at 200mm and you have at f2.8, you get beautiful shallow depth of field. A bit like this. Oh, yes. Oh, so good. One more. There. And 70mm. Yeah. So it's nice having that little bit of zoom that you've got, but you do have to be a little bit further away. However, that's actually quite good. That wasn't too far away at all, being over there. Good while children are splattering food all over themselves. So that's pretty much what I would say are the kind of the lenses if you're doing portraits. Obviously, there's the 28 to 70mm lens, which you can get from Nikon, Tamron, Sigma, pretty much anything. Ah, yes! She loves this one. And that one's got good zoom range, but you obviously don't really want to do too many shots at the 28mm. You want to go more around about the 70. It's also one where you can get very close. However, all of these are not that good compared to the best portrait lens I have found. So it's not the 50mm, which is okay. It's not the 85mm lens. Oh, hope you're okay. A bit tough, isn't it? It's not the 85mm lens, which is an amazing lens, f1.4. And it's not even the 105mm lens. The absolute best portrait lens that you can get is this one down here. So, the Canon 600mm f4 lens I've found is the absolute best portrait lens you can get, especially if you're shooting babies. Isn't that right, Christina? She's not impressed. However, I am. So I'm going to take a shot of Christina from over here. But you can also get very close, and especially if you have it on the 550D, you can get that 1.6 times zoom, and you can get really up close to your model. Oh, whoops. Perfect! So there you go. The best portrait lens that you can possibly get, I would say, is the Canon 600mm f4. Hope that helps. Cheers, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. 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 Say bye-bye to everyone. Everyone's over there. Say bye-bye. 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 Say goodbye. Say bye-bye. It's a hat. It's a child-proof hat. Perfect. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, absolutely nothing.